So this is it. This is going to be the new Reichert's workshop. I've moved into a house that has a 3-car attached garage. I think in total the garage is around 615 square feet, so it's about 70 square feet larger than the unattached 2-car garage that I have been working in. The space isn't super deep, so it's going to be a tight fit if I ever want to bring the truck inside, but the BMW will fit fine. And in this video, I want to get the garage up to a certain level where I feel comfortable bringing everything in, and it's not going to get in the way of any kind of remodeling that I might want to be doing. So really, to start off, I want to go around and patch any holes that are in the walls, clean up the walls. There's some cobwebs and just dust that have accumulated in here, and then I'm going to go through and paint. I'm thinking I'm going to do white walls and black on the ceiling. And then obviously, I don't think the 3 light bulbs that are in here are going to cut it for enough light, so we might have to look into adding some more light to brighten the space up, because it is pretty dingy with just those lights on. And then probably in later videos, I'll work on getting some workspace in this corner of the garage, and maybe some shelves along that wall. Everything kind of behind the camera is where my wife is going to park. We'll get shelves over there eventually. But this single bay over here is going to be the main workshop area of the garage. So with that, let's get into it. Yeah, just going on a quick little tour of the garage right now. We have some of the, I guess, house equipment in here that we can't really deal with. That plywood, I think, was on the wall to prevent people from hitting the wall with their car. Here's just, some of the dings and the dents on the garage walls. House is about 10 years old, so it's not in rough shape, but there are a few little things to touch up, which I think is just normal wear and tear for a garage. And like I said, it's dirty throughout, so we got to clean that up. I am by no means an expert at doing any of this, so don't take this video as gospel on how to fix your garage. Really just kind of learning as I go and probably making mistakes, but it's all part of the process. Patched up some holes, sanding it mostly smooth. I did learn that there are large sanders that you can use, but I didn't have one, so just a block sander, and then went through with a Swiffer pad to clean some of the dust off the wall. Then I went with the broom, a little bit more efficient, but you can kind of see through the sunlight glaring in that I am creating a lot of dust. I had a mask on, probably could have opened the door, but I was really trying to keep things contained. Here's the satisfying part coming through with the shop vac. It was nice to see the lines being cleaned up in real time. And just kind of getting into painting with primer first. I used a PVA style primer. I don't know if it's the best. I don't know if it's the worst. It's what I chose from Home Depot, and it seemed to do a good job. I wanted to prime first just because I was reading that the drywall will suck up a lot of paint. So it's good to kind of get a primer level on first before doing our top coat. Here we go. Supervisor's here, making sure I'm doing an okay job. Must have thought I was doing fine because she left. And here we go. The first coat of primer's on. There definitely are some of the tape spots and drywall peeking through. It's not the worst. And obviously we made a huge mess. I decided just to do one coat of the primer and then one coat of the paint. By the end, you can't really tell too much of the tape or the mud sticking through. Obviously, more coats would always have done better. Time to tackle the second half of the garage. I was trying to do it in halves just because there was stuff being stored in the garage at the time, so I did have to move it back and forth to the area that I wasn't working in. So there you go. The walls are nice and coated. So clean, you can see the sensor spot on my camera poking through in a couple spaces. And then yeah, you could see up there behind the HVAC, there definitely are some color gradients. And then obviously I struggled to get some of the fine detail work. I eventually gave it the landlord special and just painted over it. And then obviously I couldn't squeeze up behind here, so there is still some bare drywall showing. But don't tell anybody, that's going to be our little secret. Overall, this was the end of the primer coats. I didn't really get much footage putting the paint on, but I just went for a satin style white base color, so nothing too crazy. Starting to get some of the junk put back in. These hooks were left here for the bike, which was pretty convenient. We have a few more to figure out where to go. A lot of garage organization is going to be coming up, but for now it was just getting the walls done, getting the space kind of cleaned up, and then moving all of our junk over from the other house. Plenty of room, actually more room to the wall side of the BMW than I expected, and just enough room in the front. I think once the toolbox is in, it's going to get a little closer, but we utilize a lot of the space and try to hang some things, make some shelves, and yeah, I look forward to using the garage a bunch more.